An Indian, the imaginary figure portrayed so bitter, originated by Columbus, who, a pirate to missionize and dehumanize an Indian, Europeans' fantasy known and seen as a noble savage. What is a noble savage? Special and impressive, having high moral qualities in a bloodthirsty savage, perceived as inferior, a simple mindedness, wild, vicious cannibal with no compassion, ready to accelerate like a fighting machine that is so insane. Whoever thought such a thing must be totally so inhumane. Stereotypical images of Indians, oversimplified conceptions to categorize individuals or a group, a climax from popular fiction, an addiction for a mind-thriving hunger through art and entertainment, Hollywood films and school textbooks for native and non-natives, educating children to judge, criticize, and mock a nation manifested in today's society, a multicultural formality, emphasis on power of speech and language, teaching in the mind of a speaker as well as a reader, possibly a leader, an implied audience listening to a well-perceived interpretation of the nation just to feel a sensation, distinguished and categorized as a primitive heathen race, men with a stoic face, devil-worshipping pagans that need to be saved and assimilated into civilized society, to learn civilized skills with thrills, paying off bills in order to survive, strive, and be alive, rather than be exterminated, buried, and ventilated. Colonized Indians, victimized and oppressed, dealing with issues of horrific stress, brainwashed and traumatized, dominated into what they think is an advanced culture, a superior race, with high complex social and political organizations with modern technology, fundamentally drawn into sanity, morally superior and prominent with fear-based theologies, a democratic government with so much apologies, never enough has its mortalities, missionaries the victimizers, investing and molesting, using the word of God but inventing but not protecting, the sexy Indian princess Pocahontas, imagination, beauty, and lust, no one we can trust, romanticized notions for world's entertainment, stereotyped by the players of media and its criteria, negative impression within a global context, children playing with Pocahontas, putting on lipstick and trendy bras, what is the world coming to with its flaws and its cause, sensational Indian novels and newspapers on mythological stories sold like hotcakes, the past that came in like snowflakes, becoming noble Indians in their own minds has portrayed itself relentlessly, succeeding progressively, but eventually be changed momentarily. The Hollywood Indian with the great tomahawk weapon, ready to chop the 20th century of misconceptions. A warrior in both worlds, civil living and a dreamer, praying and burning cedar, a traditionalist seeking an identity as native culture has slipped away, trapped as a slave in the government system, using their identity for profit, for their perfection. Complex issues have arisen to deal with the alienated, manufactured, labeled images of a savage race. How do we create a new image and deal with this case at its base and place a reconstructed image at its right place? Misrepresentations should no longer be a disgrace. Where do we stand and fight for a corrupt ban? Although this is our land and we were always a helping hand, racism is not the answer. It affects us all, so join the powwow and be a dancer.